Today we're going to show you how to package your .NET Core class library and make it available for others to use and for yourself to use later with the Package Manager in Visual Studio. Let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to need is a class library project. So what I have here in my example is a console application called getDataVidsPicture, and then I've got a class library called DataVidsPicture, and in my console application it's a very tiny program that calls a static method in my class library called getImage. I'm going to hit F12 on that, and that just returns a string that I have in a resource file. Alright, and just to show you what it looks like now, it's kind of really silly application. It returns a ASCII picture of myself that I got from one of those online ASCII generators, and I dumped it into a resource file. So I'm going to go ahead and take this method, this static method, and we're going to move it into a package by moving the whole class library into a package. Alright, let's get going. So go ahead and left click on your project, your class library project, right click and go down to Open Folder in File Explorer. It should start flashing down there at the bottom left. Click on it. That's going to open the folder that has your CSPROJ file for your class library. And you're going to want to open your command prompt right here. So I'm going to left click, copy that path. Now hit start and type CMD and press enter. Go ahead and hit CD space for change directory. Hit the right mouse button. It's going to paste it in there and press enter. Alright, now keep that command prompt open. Minimize it down to the bottom of your screen. We're going to use it in just a moment. Now it's already at the path that we need it. Okay, now we're going to go to the properties on the class library project. Now I'm just going to double click it. It's going to open it right here. If this was framework, it might be a little bit more difficult. You might have to, open it in, from the File Explorer or open it with Visual Studio Code. But in .NET Core, it's super easy. Just double click it and it opens right into the definition of the class. Okay, so definition of the project. So as you can see, there's a few kind of silly tags here: package ID, version, authors, and company. I have added these tags specifically because they are, according to the Microsoft documentation, the minimum tags needed to create that package for this project. So make sure that you put something in there. What's also kind of interesting is if you right click and go to properties on that project, you'll see where most of this stuff is saved as well up here. Okay. So if I was to change it, for example, to 101 and then come back to the project file here, it's been updated right there in the version. But I want it to be 100. Alright, we're going to do .NET space pack. This is going to create the pack file, NUPKG, as you can see here, with the version number. Alright, so next we're going to make it so it does this step every single time that we build the app, so you don't have to come back out here and do it. So if in your project where we were earlier, in the property group, just on the last line in there, go ahead and add this tag generate package on build true, and now every time you build it, it should generate the package. Alright, so go ahead and navigate to where I put that new spec, that package file, when you did the last command. So in my case, I'm going to go to the bin folder. So change directory to bin, change directory to debug, and then it should be in here. So we're going to do .NET push and then the file name. So data, I'm going to hit tab until it comes up with the file name so I don't have to type it all, NUPKG. And then we're going to do --API -key. Now you've got to get that API key. So let's take a pause here. I'm going to go ahead and log in and get our API key. So open up your browser and navigate to NuGet.org. And if you don't have an account, you're going to have to create an account. I already have an account, so I'm logged in. If you go to the top right and click on your user account, and then if you go down to API keys, you'll be able to create a key. So I'm going to go ahead and click create and give the key a name. So let's call it Chris Key ABC 123 my secret word. This is just a test, so I'm going to have it expire in a day. make myself the owner and leave all the defaults and click create. Skipped a required field. Must have at least specified one package ID to be selected. Well, I can't really choose a package ID yet because I haven't created a package on this account. So I'm going to hit star to make it accept any for right now and go ahead and click create. Alright, a new API key has been created. That's just what we need. It says you may now use the copy button below. I'm going to select copy. It's placed it in the clipboard. We'll go back to here and we'll hit the right mouse button to paste that. There's one last thing you have to put in this command line here. Add a space, and you're going to put -- source space and then this URL here, https api.nuget.org version or v3 index.json. And if you were to put that path into your browser, you could actually open it up and see details about that endpoint, which is over at NuGet, where the packages are hosted with the primary and secondary servers, etc. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and press enter. Now, you're not going to get this error because you're not going to make the same mistake I did, but I left out a key word. Instead of just .NET push, I have to say .NET NuGet push. So .NET NuGet push. Press enter, and here we go. It says your package was pushed, and a little reminder that I set my key to expire in 1 day. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going back to nuget.org, and then I'm going to click on my name in the top right again. I'm going to go to manage packages and unlisted packages, and there's the package that I just published. Excellent. So now, and if you wait a little bit, it'll move up here into published packages from unlisted packages. I just clicked on it and it showed up as listed here, but sometimes it just takes a minute, and that's all. So now it's listed. Let's go ahead and use it and see how it works. So go back to Visual Studio, and first of all, let's remove the reference to the project because we're going to use it as a NuGet project now instead. So I've got my get datavids picture, which is just a console app, right? And from here I'm going to remove the other project. So I'll right click on my class library. I no longer need that. I'll remove that from the solution, and now I'm going to go to the dependencies here, and it's actually removed itself for me already. As you can see, everything's underlined in red here. So now I'm going to right click on the project, manage NuGet packages, and let's just search for datavids or datavids picture under browse, not installed, and there it is. Get silly ASCII picture of datavids version 1, and you can see all the information that we put in the metadata of the project is showing up here. Version 1 author. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit install. Looks good. Now we'll come back to the program, and all our underline in red has gone away. Let's rebuild, and let's hit run, and there it is. So what we've done here is we've successfully taken our class library, turned it into packed it up as a package, and published it up to NuGet, and then we're able to pull it down in our regular console application as a NuGet reference and use it that way. Hopefully that was helpful for you. I know it was a kind of a simple topic, but that's mostly what we cover here at Datavids. And if you have any questions for me, let me know. Happy to help. Have a great day.